There's a 99 Nissan that is taking police on a high-speed chase.
I couldn't really care less about Studio B at this point. I care mostly above all other things in life, really, car chases. Were I to make the decision, we might do car chases all the time. Do you remember the one where they leveled a town? And they were running around in a tank? And then do you remember the big 18-wheel?
I do.
I love car chases.
The only chance we have as a country right now is for Osama bin Laden to deploy and detonate a major weapon in the United States. Only Osama can execute an attack which will force Americans to demand that their government protect them effectively, consistently, and with as much violence as necessary.
There was a question that the president took from the Huffington Post. We were looking for a way to get questions from within Iran.
Dana Milbank of the Washington Post, quoting, during the 8 years of the Bush administration, liberal outlets such as the Huffington Post often accused the White House of planning questioners, the Bush White House credentialing a male escort from a non-existent news organization to feed softballs and denying they were doing so. That is exactly the same thing.
If the White House called up Fox News and said, Major Garrett, we will call on you tomorrow if you ask a question about health care and you ask it in a certain way and request it. Would you say that's okay?
They didn't say in a certain way. See, this is dishonest, and it's been dishonesty and errors from the beginning.
Do you think there's some jealousy involved by the media establishment in the fact that you got that very prominent second question?
I think it's jealousy. I think it's hypocrisy.
President Obama's climate change bill has the potential to do some serious damage to the economy.
Maybe I'm one of the few people on Fox News that believes that global warming is happening.
The mainstream media are primarily liberal. They believe that global warming is a fact.
Cap and trade is not about carbon emissions. No. It's not about green jobs. It's not about climate change. Look, this is about the government taking more and more control over your life.
The people are saying that cap and trade is cap and trader. These are all the Republicans that voted for this thing. They really think in Washington that you're an idiot.
While Bernie Madoff gets 150 years, Waxman and Markey weren't even cited in their scheme.
Although I'm going to try on this show to see if I can get a $50 billion Ponzi scheme ginned up in case the TV show doesn't work out.
John Boehner, hang on just a sec. Yes, an update, Michael Jackson is still dead.
Tonight, connecting with one of Michael Jackson's old friends and perhaps one of his oddest, Bubbles the chimp.
He likes cucumbers for lunch and, of course, bananas. And he likes making faces. They might even have moonwalked together for old time's sake.
Wow.
I have an observation about this Michael Jackson thing. He flourished under Reagan, he languished under Clinton Bush, and died under Obama.
That is wrong on so many levels.
So many levels. That is wrong. But you know what?
A major ruling from the Supreme Court in a closely watched reverse discrimination case.
Do we need reverse racism, Jonathan, to counter cronyism, nepotism, and racism in this country? Is that the only way to work?
Well, wait a minute, Dilling. I think we need to step away from the term reverse racism.
It's seen as a major slap to Judge Sonia Sotomayor.
The court found that she was indeed a racist.
How does this affect her nomination?
I don't think it will. Her opinion is within the mainstream of American legal thinking, just like the Supreme Court's reversal of her opinion is within the mainstream of American legal thinking.
When you look at it, really, it's almost 9-0.
Brilliant legal analysts are saying this decision, when you get right down to it, is actually 9-zip.
The majority actually, well, to put it bluntly, legislated from the bench. The irony is that the conservatives criticize this legislating from the bench. Well, it was the conservative majority here that did institute a new rule.
Chuck, you're
adorable.
actually
fire me up.
No, you go in the weeds like that.
I
think Joe fell asleep over
that
here.
That sounded more like legal opinion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done,
Supreme Court
Chuck?
Justice Chuck Todd.
Ahmadinejad gains votes in recount, just like in our country. Norm Coleman wins in Minnesota. They have a recount, and they keep having recounts, and Al Franken wins.
There are now 60 votes in the Senate because Al Franken has now, I mean, it's like having me as a senator. Oof.
By the way, folks, this guy, Franken, he's not all there.
It shows how crazy our country has gone.
But I, in my heart of hearts, do not believe that Al Franken won that election. Do you?
This gives the Democrats a 60-vote filibuster-proof majority.
Super majority.
He shut his mouth, and when you're Al Franken, that's not easy to do.
I think we agree with you here, Chuck. He behaved like a responsible adult. It was kind of a surprise.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if in the next number of years there is a move on the 22nd Amendment. And I wouldn't put it past Obama to be plotting right now how to serve beyond 2016. Anybody who thinks that he intends to just constitutionally go away in 2016 is nuts. I think that's what all this acorn stuff is all about.
Thanks for conceding the 2012 election. Big bag full of mashed up jackass right there.